Have you ever felt a show was building towards something huge, something it had been quietly preparing for years, and suddenly everything started falling into place at once? That's exactly what's happening with Outlander right now. Season 8 isn't just another season. It's the final chapter, the one that could finally reveal the answers fans have held onto since the very beginning. And after the twists in Season 7, especially the surprise appearance of a mysterious figure from the future, it looks like everything is coming to a head in ways nobody expected. Right from the end of Season 7, the story took a direction that left fans stunned. The possibility that Jamie and Claire's first daughter, Faith, may have survived. For years, that chapter of their lives was sealed shut. The tragedy of losing Faith shaped both characters, carving deep emotional scars that followed them through every season. But now, the idea that Faith might have lived opens a door to a completely different timeline, one that Season 8 now has to explore very carefully. It raises emotional questions, but it also pushes the time travel mystery into completely new territory. Because if Faith survived, then how? Who intervened? What changed? These aren't small questions. They go right to the heart of Outlander's deepest secrets. One of the most fascinating things about the series is how time travel has evolved. When Claire first fell through the stones in Season 1, it seemed like pure accident, an unpredictable collision between chance and magic. But after 7 seasons, it's clear there's nothing accidental about it. Time travel in Outlander has a rhythm, a pattern, almost a design behind it. Characters hear the stones, feel them, or pulled by them in ways that suggest something much larger is happening. Season 8 is going to have to address that. And the biggest clue comes from a quiet but powerful new character introduced in Season 7, Captain Richardson. On the surface, he's just another figure in the war. But the moment he shows up, he somehow knows more than he should. He predicts events before they happen, pushes certain people into specific paths, and influences decisions that seem impossibly precise. His warnings to Lord John Grey, his manipulation of William, and his subtle moves around Claire all feel intentional, as if he's operating on knowledge that doesn't belong to a man from his time. Fans have long suspected he's a time traveler. But what makes him truly interesting is the motive suggested in the books, that he traveled back not for power, not for personal benefit, but because he believed preventing the American Revolution might spare the world from suffering. In his mind, keeping the colonies under British rule would end slavery earlier and prevent the Civil War. Whether he's right or wrong isn't the point. The point is that he has a mission, one tied to history's biggest turning points. And mission-driven time travelers aren't new to Outlander. Master Raymond, one of the series' most mysterious and beloved characters, has hinted since his first appearance that he understands time travel deeper than anyone else. He seems connected to it in ways that go beyond simple ability. His wisdom, his warnings, and even his presence all feel deliberate, as if he's part of something ancient and larger than he ever explains. The fact that he and Richardson both appear in Season 7 suggests the show may finally be preparing to reveal the rules behind time travel. And if Season 8 truly dives into that, we may finally understand why certain people, Claire, Brianna, Roger, Raymond, Richardson, are connected across centuries. But Outlander has a history of leaving mysteries on the table. Comte Saint-Germain, who was clearly a time traveler, was never fully explained. His story ended abruptly, and fans still wonder who he truly was and how he fit into the bigger picture. Because of that, there's always the possibility that the show might avoid diving too deep into time travel mechanics in Season 8. But given the number of threads piled up over the years, and the fact that this is the final season, it would feel strange not to finally weave them together. Still, Outlander is more than just time travel. What keeps people watching season after season is the heart of the story, Jamie and Claire. Their bond is the soul of the series. Their love is what grounds the wild historical twists, the shifts in time, the impossible losses, and the relentless challenges they face. Their romance is emotional, fierce, and filled with heartbreak and hope. And it's always been surrounded by a sense of destiny, as if fate itself keeps pulling them together. That idea of destiny becomes especially important when looking at one of the oldest mysteries in the entire series, Jamie's ghost. From the very beginning, before Claire even knew Jamie existed, we saw his ghost watching her through a window in the 20th century. That single moment launched decades of debate. How is that possible? Jamie, as far as we know, never travels through time physically. So how does his spirit appear over 200 years in the future? The current simplest explanation is that Jamie's consciousness travels while he sleeps, almost like astral projection. But for a mystery planted in the very first book, that feels far too small. Outlander has always mixed emotional truth with magical depth, and this moment deserves an answer that honors its importance. Jamie's ghost isn't just a paranormal detail. It's a symbol of the impossible connection between him and Claire. Their love has always existed in the narrow space between time and fate, so the idea that Jamie's soul could reach across centuries feels thematically perfect. Season 8 has a chance to finally bring that full circle, to tie the earliest and most haunting moment of the series to the final chapter. And Season May 7th have already planted the seeds. With Richardson manipulating events, Raymond quietly guiding the process, and Faith's survival adding a new timeline wrinkle, everything seems to be pointing toward a deeper exploration of how time works. Maybe time travelers aren't meant to change history. Maybe they're part of a much larger process of fulfilling it. Maybe they're chosen, guided, or connected in ways none of them fully understand. What if Jamie is part of that? What if the moment Claire sees him in the future isn't a trick or an accident, but part of something bigger, something tied to destiny, sacrifice, and the power that has followed them since the day Claire fell through the stones? One emotional possibility is that Jamie faces death again, perhaps at the Battle of King's Mountain, and Claire must fight to save him. In that moment between life and death, his spirit might reach across time to Claire, forming the moment we see in the very first story. That would bind the beginning and the end of the Outlander journey beautifully. It would honor the tragedy, the magic, and the power of their connection without reducing it to something simple or dismissive. But no matter how the show handles it, Season 8 has a responsibility to give these mysteries the weight they deserve. Fans have followed this story for decades. Some of these questions have lingered since the early 1990s. The final season can't rush through them or tie them up with easy explanations. Outlander has always thrived on the balance between romance, history, and the magical unknown. Season 8 should embrace that balance fully. If the show leans into everything it has built, time travel, destiny, emotional stakes, and the threads connecting characters across centuries, it has the chance to end in a way that feels complete, satisfying, and truly worthy of the story it has told. Whether the answers come through Richardson's mission, Raymond's ancient wisdom, Faith's unexpected survival, or Jamie's timeless love for Claire, Season 8 should bring the narrative full circle. And that brings us to the end of today's deep dive. Thanks for being here, and until next time.